joining us on the couch, we have Linda Gay, and she is from the Watauga Lake Winery, and she is going to be talking with us about a very neat fundraiser that's coming up in May. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, why don't you start by telling us a little bit about Watauga Lake Winery? You and your husband actually own the winery, correct?
Right. We actually retired about 10 years ago, and my husband got the idea that he was going to plant some grapevines. It went wild. We now have about 4,000 vines.
Wow.
It's 10 different varieties of wine grapes, and we purchased the old dry run elementary school, 1st to 8th grade. The school was actually built in 1946 by the CCC, Civilian Conservation Corps, and classes were held there until '88. At that time, it pretty much was left to ruin. So we have actually rehabbed that entire old historic school, and that is where our winery is located. We've been open a little over a year now.
Wow, very cool. So is this something you ever saw yourself doing, owning a winery?
No. But people ask my husband about that, and he said, well, I learned everything I know because I spent the night at a Holiday Inn Express.
Oh, so funny. Very neat. Now, what all goes into running a winery? I'm sure it's a full-time job.
Oh, yes, more than full-time job. Well, first of all, if you have a vineyard, that in itself is, ask any farmer, 2 things you should never do, be a farmer or a fisherman, because you're totally dependent upon everything out there, all the elements.
Right.
So there's, of course, the vineyard to take care of, and that's all kinds of work, and our weather patterns the last few years have been very detrimental.
Yes.
The winery itself, after harvest, you go through all of the stages in preparation of wine, and you age the wine, the juice and in fermentation, and that can take 1, 2, 3 years depending on the variety of the wine. So right. Yes, it's more than a full-time job.
That's wonderful. Now, do you guys have tastings, or do you have it to where you can buy it, or how does this work?
Yes, we opened a tasting room at the old school, and the address is 6952 Big Dry Run Road. It's in Butler, about 1.5 miles from Pioneer Landing on Watauga Lake. We're open Thursday through Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 11 until 6, Sunday, 1 till 5, and you can taste all of our varieties. We will be bringing out a few new ones in the next few weeks. We have a Chardonnay grape, which it will be the first time we've been able to make wine out of it. We have a Traminette grape, which is a clone of the German Gewürztraminer. So you will find unusual. All of our wines are made from our local grapes that are grown at our home about 1.5 miles down the road. So you're actually going to taste some things you've probably never tasted before, because it's just peculiar to this particular area, high altitude growing.
Right. That's great. How many wines do you typically have right now?
Normally around 10 to 12 wines is what we normally have.
I brought some here.
Yes, tell us about these.
Well, the larger bottle, the one on my right, is Copperhead Hollow, and that one we sold out of not long, just 2 or 3 months after we first opened. The winery's on the corner of Copperhead Road. Of course, there's not a street sign on Copperhead Road because it gets stolen continually. Steve Earle's song may have a little bit to do about that. Our Copperhead is a blend of a Cabernet Franc and Merlot. The one on the left is our dessert wine. It's Laurel Creek Surprise. All of our wines are named after local landmarks. Laurel Creek Surprise is a chocolate raspberry wine, and it's won double silvers. It won a silver medal up in the Finger Lakes, New York region, and it won a silver again at Wines of the South competition.
Wow.
We have a Concordance Gold medal winning wine, the Doe Mountain, which we also sold out of right away. And a Concordance Gold means that all of the judges, it was a unanimous, and our Doe Mountain won that last year, Wines of the South, which is every southern state all the way to Texas.
That's wonderful.
So for a first-year winery, we felt really proud of that achievement.
Absolutely. It sounds like you guys have some great wines to choose from. Yep. Now, you guys are doing a fundraiser for the Fisher House Foundation, correct?
Right.
Now, what is the Fisher House Foundation?
First, I'll let you know that my husband is a retired 30-year veteran of the Army, and the Fisher House, the best way I can explain what a Fisher House is I'm sure you know what a Ronald McDonald home is. Everybody pretty much does. Fisher House is pretty much the same concept. It's so families of veterans and military members that are undergoing surgery, have come back from the war, the members of their family can stay near where they're having their hospitalization absolutely free of charge. The Fisher House started in 1991, basically the first one that started in the DC area. And since then, we have 63 active Fisher Houses across the U.S.
Wow.
In North Carolina, there's 2 currently. I know Camp Lejeune has one and Fort Bragg. In Tennessee, we have just opened our very first one, November of 2013. It's in Murfreesboro. It's attached to the Alvin C. York Medical Center there.
Very cool. This sounds like a great thing, and certainly this fundraiser kind of hits home for you guys.
Yes, it certainly does. Our event's going to be on Saturday, the 24th of May. It's going to be pretty much all day long, 11 until 4. We're asking you to just come on out, bring a blanket. You can sit out there. We'll have music playing. We're going to have arts and crafts out there displayed. We've had all kinds of donations for silent auctions. People have really been wonderful. We have some beautiful original artwork. We're going to have tickets out to see Wayne Henderson, all kinds of things. All of the proceeds from that will go directly to the Tennessee Fisher House because it is just opened and they're pretty much in need of everything. We'll also be having hot dogs, hamburgers, and all that with all of the proceeds from that going to Fisher House as well.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
So talk with us a little bit about how you guys came up with this idea to do this particular fundraiser.
Well, of course, my husband's a Vietnam era veteran, and we know quite a few of the vets that are coming back now from Afghanistan that are undergoing some horrific surgeries.
Right.
And basically, we knew that Tennessee was being very active at the time with trying to get this Fisher House open. And like I said, there are many more under construction right now. And so basically, we contacted the Tennessee Fisher House Foundation and asked how we could get involved or what we could do.
Wonderful. Now talk with us a little bit about the importance of a family being able to stay close to someone when they're undergoing all of these different procedures. What does that mean to that family?
I don't know if I can describe fully the support that is needed when these men and women come home. First of all, they come home and I think the world has changed so much and so quickly for them that sometimes when they come home they have a very difficult time coming back into everyday life. Families have been totally torn apart, and then some of the things they've been exposed to in these countries has truly affected them. And then when they come home and they've lost arms, legs, mental issues, that family can make the difference as to that veteran actually recuperating and returning to society as he was or she was before they left. So
absolutely.
I feel very honored to even be a part of helping our veterans and their families.
Definitely.
Yes.
Now, is there a goal that you guys have set, or are you just trying to get as much as possible?
Our goal is a minimum of $1,000, and I know that probably doesn't sound like a lot, but if you know Butler, Tennessee, we're a very small little area. So, but one thing great about Fisher House is any donation is greatly appreciated, no matter how small or how large. So that's the other thing that I guess the other reason we chose this as our fundraiser.
This has got to be a very rewarding experience as well.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the outpouring, it is incredible. I have not approached one business in our area or outside of our area in Boone that has denied or said no, they would not be a part of it. So it has been just heartwarming. Yeah, very much so.
How many people and how much work is it taking to put this on? A lot of planning.
Oh, a lot of planning. I guess we have about 14 of us working to put it together, to get everything ready, the booths ready for the arts and crafts, and just the announcements out to everyone. The food vending. Yes, it's taking a good bit of time. At the winery itself, we do have events once a month, large events. In fact, Todd Wright's coming out on May 3rd, and we're actually changing the entire old gym, the gymnasium, into Bourbon Street for that evening.
Oh, how fun.
So we're having a big jazz festival. He's coming out to play with his quartet. So we're accustomed to the work and moving everything and getting ready for it. But this one's going to be very special.
Sounds like it. Now, any idea how many people are going to be attending this?
I'm hoping hundreds and hundreds. So, and of course, that's one of the reasons I'm here. I'm hoping that the Boone area will come out and support us and support the troops.
Definitely. A very great cause. Now remind us one more time where and when.
Okay, the event will be Saturday. It'll be May the 24th from 11 until 4. Bring a blanket, come have fun. We'll have music, food, whatever. It's at the Watauga Lake Winery, and that's at 6952 Big Dry Run Road, Butler, Tennessee.
Sounds great. Well, a wonderful fundraiser. Hopefully a lot of our viewers are going to come out and help support you guys. And thank you so much for coming in to talk with us today.
Thank you so very much.
Absolutely. And we will be back right after these messages with more of the Mountain Television Network.